The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Devine. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Devine. This one swung out to Williams. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And the Rams at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stuff the run and then executed.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now Jones. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And he will have a Patriots first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron McDonald, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The last run went so well for them, maybe they should have just handed it off right here, too. Instead, the quarterback ends up keeping it, and the defense is right on him and wipes away the yardage gained on the last snap.
Throwing, Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Pats are on the board first on the road here in L.A. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, L.A. Calvin Ridley halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few...
He's got a man, complete! And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Jones. Complete. Smith has it. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked off by Darian Kendrick, and the Rams are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Devine. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
To throw on 2nd down. Devine. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Thornton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jalen Guyton. 59 yards. And the Patriots are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Johnny Townsend to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
From the 27, Jones. He completes it to Henry.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. He gets this to Thornton. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Henry. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Stevenson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Being chased out left. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Patriots have moved out in front. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
That'll be caught. It's Cup. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Akers.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Divine. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Rams have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Zerline good with a PAT. That is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Going deep for Hopkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to our EA studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some...
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. And the Pats
Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Again, it's Stevenson.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Stevenson is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
Offensively, not what they wanted there, but hey, you can kick the field goal here and take the lead.
Felt like a little bit of a statement stop, didn't it? You know, made a big play right there. Okay, guess what? Ball's in your court, guys. What are you going to do? Myself, I kick the field goal, get the 3, and take the lead.
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score.
Ramondre Stevenson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators are probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Devine.
Open man is the tight end Troutman.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league.
But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Patriots are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down and 4, Jones throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. Finding space at the 40, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Jones now on 1st and 10. Checking this down to Stevenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here's Jones on first down. They set up the screen for Stevenson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Off play action. Jones. And this is caught. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Operating from the gun, Jones. Touchdown, Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Patriots are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, You have the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley.
And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And some room to work. Past the 20. 5, touchdown, L.A.
Cam Akers,
50 yards.
And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
They run once more with Stevenson.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 22.
120 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Stevenson.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. On the move to his left.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Blankenship's kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It's a gain of 34. Hey, you're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
20. And all the way down to the 9. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards. Well, every quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, loves to have plays like that from a guy running the ball.
Takes a lot of pressure off the youngster, doesn't it? He doesn't have to throw the ball in bad situations. Just turns around, hands it to his big horse. And we've seen rookie quarterbacks ride great runners right into the playoffs.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On the handoff, running left is Akers.
And some space here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Cam Akers with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
On the handoff, Stevenson.
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Now a handoff, Stevenson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
And making the tackle there, Jacoby Durant.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Patriots,
they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.